When I first read this, I was like, yeah, no, don't tell him. I was like, don't tell him. Don't tell him. Hey, Co Nation. Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. If you are just tuning in, if you are just watching for the first time, this is the time for you to just click on that link, subscribe first, and then continue watching and make sure you watch to the end. And make sure that you share this video to your friends, and let them know I'm talking and they have to be listening, okay? Also, if you're an OG, what's up? I am glad that you're back again. I'm glad that you're watching right now. Please make sure you share this video to your friends, okay? Today it's a new month basically, December, the month of December. What am I saying? It's not one of my favorite months. It's my favorite month in the year. It's the Christmas month. I love Christmas holiday. Everything is expensive, but you buy it because everybody's buying something. You get so it's busy. People are buying things. People are doing a lot of discounts, even though we know they're selling it the same price. It's still the same price, but they will tell you that they are giving it out at a discounted price, but it's not true. All the vendors, I see you all. But there are a lot of things, a lot of gifts, a lot of gift items. So I am excited. All right. I have so many plans for the, dirty December shows, events, and all of it. Also, be reminded that if you need a host, I'm your girl, so call me. Welcome back. You are still watching Co's session. My name is Co. Now let's get straight into it. I got a message, and I quickly want to address the message. Not really address, basically, it was a question, and that motivated this video that I'm making right now. So I'm going to just read out the message I received. It's a quick one. I received from Facebook. I don't know why someone would send me this message though, or ask for my opinion for this, but I actually kind of appreciate. All right, I do appreciate. It means that people are watching and they feel like I have an opinion. So the message says, "Hi Miriam, I have a boyfriend, but during my work end of the year party, I have this work colleague that I ended up passing the night in his house, and we had sex." Then he went on to say, "This work colleague has had a crush on me for a while and he always makes jokes about it, but I never took him seriously until, of course, the incident happened. I don't know if I should tell my boyfriend about it. I feel guilty, but I feel guilty, but I don't want to leave the relationship." This is juicy anyway. This is really juicy. Here's the thing. When I first read this, I was like, yeah, no, don't tell him. I was like, don't tell him. Don't tell him. That's definitely going to ruin the relationship. That was how I felt when I first read the message. Also, I felt like you've been a bad girl, But after thinking about it, I still feel a bit, I feel like on one hand, I want to say, tell him. And on the other hand, I want to say, no, don't tell him. So I will explain how I feel. If you're watching this and you are the one who sent this message, see, the thing is, I can't really tell you what to do. That's the long and short of it. All right, I can't tell you what to do because, one, I'm not in your situation. I don't know your boyfriend. I don't know what you guys had or have had, or just how you guys are. I don't know even what you have with this your colleague. I mean, this your colleague is someone you see every day, right? Because you guys work together. And I mean, as much as you're claiming now that it's an accident, you guys had a work party, you passed the night at his place and something happened. It's a bit like, come on, you know this person for a long time. It must have crossed your mind somehow for you to end up in that situation. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying the whole it was unplanned, the way you're painting the picture that it was unplanned. I'm not buying it. And I don't think that your boyfriend will buy it. He probably will say it's not true. All right? That's on one hand. On another hand, let's even assume now that you're really saying the truth. You never thought about that situation. Your work colleague had a crush on you, but you did not have a crush on him. And maybe, it happens. People have crushes on people at work, outside work. Like if you're always meeting someone or always seeing someone, it's normal, right? These things happen. Let's say you never thought about it and it wasn't intentional, so it happened by mistake. Let's agree with you. let's address telling your boyfriend. This is whether or not you want to cheat and tell. This is how I think it will go. If you tell him, there's every chance that this relationship is over. He may not forgive you. You may tell him and he will say, you know what, cheating is a deal breaker, so I'm done. The thing is, you can't decide how he will react. You can't tell him how to react, because what you have done is very wrong. So you should be ready to work out, or ready to, bear the consequences of your actions. So of course, if you tell him there's every possibility that he may end the relationship, so be ready to have the relationship ended. Now, if you decide not to tell him, here's what I think. There's 3 ways this thing can play out. First, you can decide not to tell him, and of course, nothing will happen. You keep that secret to the day you die, and you never repeat it again. No complications in future. He will never find out. That is possible. It could happen. But also, you may decide not to tell him, and one way or the other, he will find out by himself. And by that time, even if you apologize, it's not going to mean much. Also, I know that to some people, cheating is cheating, whether you told him yourself or he found out on his own. Cheating is cheating to some people. But some people, it matters to them whether you are honest with them, like you came upfront to tell them, or that they found out maybe some other ways. So you may decide to keep it a secret, and some way, maybe the rumor starts spreading in your office, and one way he finds out about it, and then it's more escalated. Also, you may say, okay, I want to keep it a secret, but the colleague of yours that you had the issue with, or you had the thing with, is he also on the same page? Is he also agreeing to keep it a secret? And would he let it go? Would he let it be a one-time thing? Because you don't know how this person is going to take it. You may decide that, it's a one-time thing, will never happen again. And then this colleague of yours will now try to initiate it again, because you guys have been there, so you guys can continue to go there. You know how guys are. Some guys are, right? So you don't know how the colleague is going to react. And then if he finds out that you're hiding it, he may use it to blackmail you in future. He may even be the one to tell your boyfriend. So there's a lot, here and there. But then I feel, again, what he doesn't know won't kill him, right? So maybe just keep at it. So in the end, here's my advice. 1, I think the honest thing to do, know this: if you want to be honest, if you want to be true, and if you want to do the right thing to do is to tell him the truth. He either ends the relationship or he stays. He could even get angry, end it for a while, and then maybe you guys will find your way back together again. Possible. That's the honest thing to do. That's my advice. That's what I think is the honest thing to do. But if you want to be smart and not do the honest thing, and maybe take a risk, because I feel like if you don't want to do the right thing, I feel like most times when people ask, what should I do? They already know what they should do, right? You, in your own heart, you know that what you should do is to tell him the truth, right? And let him react how he's going to react, because what happened. I know you know. But if you're asking, it means that you've considered telling the truth and you are doubting, you don't want to tell the truth. So I'm going to give you a second advice, okay? Yes, I'm going to give you a second advice. I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. The second advice is don't tell him. Don't tell him, but also be ready for the consequences of him finding out in future, of your colleague at work, the one you had something with, making this matter something else later, of this same colleague maybe trying to repeat it again. Also, know that there is every chance that you're going to repeat it if you don't confess, because you feel guilty. It may affect the way you react to this your so-called boyfriend, and eventually you may even want to repeat it simply because you got away with it the first time. You know how these things are. You try, you get away with it, and then all of a sudden you feel like you can do it, and you start doing it until you get caught. So it could happen. So I would say, think about it very well. If you want to keep it to yourself, be sure that you don't have any feelings for your colleague. be sure that you really truly take the time to deal with the fact that you cheated, because I say this, most times when people cheat, there is an underlying reason why they are cheating. If you don't confess, you may prevent yourself from dealing with the reason why you cheated. So even if you want to now decide not to tell him, make sure that you are dealing with the reason why you cheated, so that it doesn't repeat itself again. And last but not the least, know this, that nothing is hidden under the surface of the earth. So it will come out tomorrow. So just be ready. When it comes out tomorrow and he overreacts or he ends the relationship, just know that that's your choice. You did it, okay? And own up to it. Maybe move on with your life. That's what I think. But generally, for those who are just watching, apart from the person who, of course, sent this message, I feel like in any situation where there's an issue of should I cheat and tell, I feel like it depends on the level of cheating, right? If sex is involved, generally I feel like you should confess. If you didn't get to the point of sex, I am always the person who will tell you, keep that thing to yourself. You get, like, let's say you kissed somebody else, I don't need to know, don't tell me. So if you know you're not going to do it again, if it's just kissing, if it's just like maybe you are texting, people say emotionally, when you are feeling emotionally attached to another person, that's cheating. If you find out that you are like emotionally attached to someone else and you value what we have, I think what you should do is find ways and other means to get my attention, and find ways and other means to like rekindle what we had. All right, don't tell me I've started developing feelings for somebody else. I'm sorry that I'm developing feelings for someone else. I'm sorry that was the time I developed feelings for someone else. Like, what am I going to do with that information? Nothing. So don't tell me, just fix it and come to me correct. You know what I mean? Or if you decided that you prefer the other person, then be open to me, tell me, and my dear, it's never going to be an issue with me. If you prefer someone else, go for the someone else. So that's all I'm saying today. It's been interesting conversation. Thank you for sending the message, and I do hope that you pick one or two from what I've said. Also, if you're just someone watching and you're also in the same situation, well, now you know. I hope that this can help you in a way. I want to say thank you for sending the message, and if you are watching and you have a question, something you want my opinion on, or opinions generally, you can just drop it as a message in the comment section, or slide into my DM and drop it, or go to my Instagram, slide into my DM and drop it, or anywhere else and drop it for me. Okay, I think I'll be having a guest. If I have questions like this, then I think I will have maybe someone else that will be here with me, and then I give my own opinion and the person can also give his or her own opinion. I think that will make more sense, right? Okay, so till then, it is post session, and I appreciate all my co-nations.